Thank you, Stephen. Good evening, everyone. Great to be here once again. Just want to make a couple of observations if I can. First of all, the energy of Don McClarty I think is extraordinary, and we should acknowledge that. Donnie, unbelievable, mate, seeing you up here. Humbling it is. It's been a big day in lots of ways. We launched Jimmy's book this morning, which was always going to be an emotional day, but it was a wonderful day and brings back so many memories. And seeing Trish get up here and speak in the manner that she did, Trish, you did Jimmy proud. It was fantastic. So well done to you as well. And also to our two young captains, I thought they were fantastic tonight. Impressive young men. Our footy club's in really good hands. So well done to Jack and Jack. Thought I'd best write something this year because this is the fourth or fifth time, Donnie? Fifth, so that to come up with something a bit different. But essentially, you know why we're up here and you know why we're here. To those who are attending for the very first time, welcome. And those returning to the Foundation Heroes Dinner, thank you and congratulations on once again demonstrating your unwavering commitment to this wonderful footy club. As you would be aware, this concept, conceived by our late chairman Jim Steins, has breathed life back into a footy club that at times survived with a very faint pulse. Jim's vision was to reunite all of those who shared the common goal of supporting the Melbourne Footy Club. For reasons that are no longer important, the unity and strength that defines great football clubs was lacking at ours. That first memorable Foundation Heroes Dinner enabled us to take the most significant step forward in redefining our footy club and re-establishing the sort of environment that would bring together all of those with a love and passion for the red and blue jumper. It remains the most critically important night in our club's recent history. And I mean that sincerely. It sets a benchmark that's been similarly replicated every year since. Not only did it demonstrate the genuine compassion you people have for our footy club and our players, but also an incredible generosity that remains unparalleled in this competition. When this footy club needed its supporters most, they responded and they continue to do so in a manner that makes you proud to be a Melbourne Footy Club supporter. To wipe off a $5 million debt in such a short time and establish a contingency for further growth of the footy department is the envy of all clubs faced with similar circumstances to our own. Tonight, it is again humbling to witness the turnout, and I mean that. It's a bloody tough year. It has been a tough year for everyone that loves a Melbourne Footy Club. To see a turnout like this tonight, bearing in mind what we're about, is a humbling experience. We also come together for the first time, and this needs to be acknowledged, without the man who brought us together in the first place. So, I ask on his behalf that we finish what he started. And I'm not saying that that's an easy thing to do, and nor would Jim. It requires us all to put enormous faith in those charged with the responsibility of running our footy club. It's asking us to believe that there's a clear path forward, that the plan for improvement is realistic, achievable and attainable, that they have the ability to improve, inspire, educate and motivate our playing list to the point that celebrating wins in quarters of a game is replaced with celebrations of wins in their entirety. It's asking us to have faith in their ability to provide us with a group of footy players that play hard, tough, super competitive footy every time they take the playing field. And you, people, as our most heavily committed supporters, have every right to be demanding of your expectations. Mark Neal would expect it, and he'd be disappointed if you're anything less, as would Jack Trengove and Jack Grimes. I'm not comfortable, or as comfortable as Jimmy's been in the past, sitting up here asking for more, but we shouldn't be embarrassed about it. And I know how important your contributions have been to this footy club over the past 4 years, but I also know how critical they are to finishing what Jimmy started those years ago. And I just think in times of adversity, if you like, and we are going through a tough time, as a footy player, you used to look out during a game or before a game when your back's against the wall and you saw familiar faces staring back at you, and it gave you great strength and confidence that you're able to pull through. And I've been in London for a couple of days and I ran into a guy called Glenn Lovett who I played 10 or 12 years of footy with, hadn't seen for 5 years probably. And there was this great familiarity about seeing him because we went through some really tough times together as footy players, and his love for the footy club was obvious from a distance. And all he cares about is when we're going to get better. And tonight it's tough, and I don't think there's any coincidence from my own personal point of view when I look out to a crowd as a footy player, I see the same familiar places that I relied on, faces that I relied on as a footballer. Greg Healy and David Neitz and Paul Hopgood, Anthony McDonald, Anthony Ingerson, John Ahern, Andrew Leoncelli. I think Guy Regoni's here. I haven't seen him. I'm not sure. He is. He's here. Thank you, Gus. I look at those names and I'd be happy to go into war with those blokes every single time. I'd be happy to have my back against the wall and have those guys with me. And it's no coincidence they're here tonight when we need them most. And it's fantastic to see David Schwartz here as well. He'd be one of the first blokes I'd grab with me when I was rolling in as well. So Schwartz, great to have you, champ. And essentially that's what you guys are to this footy club. When times are tough, we turn to people that we can rely on. And you've shown that you can be relied on over the past 4 years. And the success is yet to come, but we think it's going to come. And it won't if we walk away now. And we demand that of our players, and I guess we come to demand that of our foundation heroes.